Hey guys, how are you? It's going to be a really exciting video because I'm going to address something that it comes up on my apps all the time, especially the marketing apps, and that is people. So I'm finding that an incredible percentage of people, when they first open a business, this is precisely their marketing strategy. And see if this is you. They say, I'm going to market with business cards, flyers, social media, and word of mouth marketing. Okay? Now, if that's you or if that's really close to you, you gotta watch this video because I've been seeing so many people really just say that. And of course, if you're an experienced marketer, you know that's not really good strategy. You know you could do better. But if you're a new business owner, if you're just starting with your marketing and promoting your business, chances are this is what you have in mind for your marketing at this point. And so let me tell you, so this video is going to focus specifically on one component of that, and that's going to be word of mouth marketing. And word of mouth marketing, it is actually great. I love it. It happens when people love your product so much they recommend it to friends. Or if you provide a service and your friend is looking for that service and they ask you, do you know anyone? You say, hey, yeah, these guys are great. Like, I know this company, they can do that. So those cases are great. What I do want to urge people to be careful of is that those cases are rare. Because let's say that somebody asks me, do you know a great mechanic? Number one, I don't. Number two, no one ever asked me that. So very often, people, even if they want to recommend you, they can't. And not all businesses, they really lend themselves well to get recommended by friends. Some businesses, they're not that social, they're more private, who knows. Yeah, most people, they can't recommend you even if they want to. And sometimes they do post your URL maybe on their Facebook or Twitter, but I don't know if that really, that usually that doesn't really move the needle because it just gives you a tiny bit of a spike. Almost all the time that's the case. So how do you get the word of mouth marketing to really work out well? Well, there are a couple of techniques. One is that you have to sort of bake it into your product experience. So it's almost like you don't want to rely on the goodness of the people to recommend you, because yeah, they will recommend you, but what will increase that goodness is if you give them some kind of an incentive to recommend you. Like, maybe they can use if you have a website or an app, maybe the people can use your app with their friends. So people will invite their friends into the app, right? So give them incentive, or maybe give them like bonus points inside the product or whatever, whatever your product is, or maybe give them a discount or whatever. So whatever is your product, think about how you can incentivize people to invite friends, because if they're already inviting friends just out of their goodness, if they have a motivation to invite friends, they will do it like many-fold more times. So that's what you really got to do. The other thing is that don't just focus on the social referrals, because those are great, but you don't have to focus only on them. What you want to do is actually figure out how to get referrals from other businesses. So like, I always give the examples of doctors. Doctors have this worked out extremely well. Like, if you're a general doctor and somebody comes into you to say, I have a foot pain. Well, the general doctor recommends you to go to the foot doctor, and they say, oh, by the way, I know a great foot doctor. And if somebody, and so doctors have this networked very well. They have a bunch of other doctors they can recommend, and so there's this great network where like one patient can sort of just get passed around through all the doctors, and all the doctors win. Most of the doctors win, So that's what you got to figure out how to do also for your business, because you really have to. Yeah, that social word of mouth is great, but you always want to increase it, and you always want to look for other channels to increase it. Now, sometimes, let's say you are a doctor, just for example, and you want to get into one of these networks of doctors, right? But they already have an established network, they already have a guy they recommend who does your job, right? How do you get into that network? What you can do is pay. And notice that was one of the things you could do to increase the social referrals, right? The social word of mouth, by giving, it's the same thing as like paying for, as giving a discount or whatever, or some kind of extra bonus in the product. But you can just pay for professional referrals as well. I don't know if for every profession it's not necessarily ethical. Like I know lawyers, they can't do that kind of a thing. I don't know if doctors can do that sort of a thing, I'm not sure. But for many industries, it's totally fine, So what you have to do is figure out if you also can pay to incentivize, because if you can pay a little amount and get a client which pays a lot, it totally makes sense. And so those are the three techniques really to get the referrals and the kind of the word of mouth almost thing going. So don't just focus on like people being great and really loving your product, because they will. But if you just focus on that, like, oh, just referrals from people who love my product, that's the smallest you can get in terms of word of mouth marketing. To increase your word of mouth marketing, give them incentive, give them something they can do with these people on your product. If you invite a friend, you get a discount, or if you invite a friend, the experience somehow becomes better because you can do it together. And you can also do this professionally and also pay for it. So there's a lot of ways to really increase your word of mouth marketing. So try that for your business. Don't just settle on the, relying on people to be nice and cool people to just recommend things. I mean, take the extra effort, right? It will increase, if you do all these three things, it should increase your word of mouth marketing by manyfold. So hope that was insightful. If it was, please subscribe to the channel. I give a lot of tips to how to grow on your business, especially a lot of marketing, a lot of stuff for growth. And of course, check out my mobile apps. They're the Problemio business apps, and they're available on iOS, Android, Kindle. They help you with business ideas, business planning, marketing, and fundraising. And if you have a business, or if you're starting a business, I know this is one of the, at least you're facing at least one of the issues that I just mentioned, right? Like business ideas, business planning, marketing, or fundraising. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.